Good afternoon, everyone. A beautiful day for this great, exciting event. What an exciting day this is, not just for the organization Quincy Housing Authority and Quincy Housing Development Corporation, but for the city of Quincy. Most importantly, the families that'll now call this place home. Today marks the beginning of something truly meaningful, the construction of 16 new affordable homes. 16 homes where stories will begin and memories will be made. The kinds of milestones never happen without people coming together and believing in a shared vision and making it real. I want to begin by offering my deepest thanks to somebody whose leadership and unwavering support has made this possible. Mayor Thomas Koch. Your commitment to creating a more inclusive and equitable Quincy is not just appreciated, it's changing lives. Your vision for a city where working families, young children, and seniors alike can afford to live and thrive is becoming a reality right here on this site. In the making for several years, our shared vision for the creation of Quincy Housing Development Corp is what makes this possible today. Your commitment to continuing to work cooperatively with the Housing Authority to make affordable housing in the city of Quincy a priority, and that is exactly what we have made it, just that. In the last 24 months, we have taken ownership of O'Brien Towers, Pagnano Towers, Riverview, and soon to close on Drowan Apartments. Half of the Quincy portfolio is now privatized. Just a week ago, a public notice regarding federal public housing was released. And in the past, government would fund public housing forward. They would give us 1 year worth of money front-loaded, and we would be able to draw off of that money as we needed to operate. Now comes the changes. Use all of your own money, use your reserves, and draw down to zero. And then, and only then, can you get subsidy. So basically, federal public housing is going to be running on empty. They're also proposing a 9% budget cut of operating funds, a 33% reduction in capital funds, and 25% reduction in admin fees. It's the decision that we have made to privatize these properties which will save our tenants from feeling the lack of services which would have been a reality under the new federal public housing guidelines. Taking these properties under Quincy Housing Development gives local control, local ownership, and preferences for the diverse group of residents and veterans that live in Quincy. State public housing has also changed the way that they select tenants. And we are changing the way that we do business so that we can bring our portfolio to Quincy to serve Quincy residents. The creation of Quincy Housing Development Corporation has allowed us the ability to do so much more in such a short order of time since its creation. Some of the examples: 74 Bauer Road, a blighted property in the city. With the city's assistance, it will now become a home for a family needing a 3-bedroom house to call home. This could not have been possible without the creation of Quincy Housing Development Corporation and the mayor's commitment to affordable housing. 9 Northfield Ave, another blighted city property to be renovated in partnership with the city of Quincy and Quincy Housing Development Corp. The results for that is going to be a 4-bedroom home for families that need to stay in Quincy in an affordable home, and it's going to stay that way in perpetuity. Just an example outside of the fence, our new emergency trailer to address emergencies in the city, to be able to remediate floods, fires, disasters, and provide secondary assistance to the city of Quincy. The new trailer that we bought that we're picking up on Tuesday, it's going to be used during construction at Mariners Cove, and then it's going to be converted to an emergency housing unit, a 2-bedroom emergency housing unit that will serve the residents of Quincy in the event of a disaster, a flood, a fire, somebody that loses their home. That night, we can pull a 2-bedroom trailer up to their house, hook it up to their utilities, and give them a place to live. This is only the tip of the iceberg, what Quincy Housing Development Corporation can do, and the city of Quincy, with this cooperative approach to solving the need for affordable housing. Mayor, I assure you that your partnership has changed the lives of every resident that lives at Quincy Housing Authority. And it goes beyond just that. Your support with Quincy Housing Authority managing Hingham, Hanson, Holbrook, Marshfield, every resident that lives in those units has felt the impact of our relationship. And our partnership has changed their lives in the way that those people live. We now serve over 6,500 residents. What you have done for the city is simply incredible. Drive by any park in the city, memorials, statues, preserving the history and the significance of the city of Quincy. The new schools, the new downtown, the new development, creating a city that other cities strive to be. Some people would complain. They complain about things like a $200 tax increase. But you know what? They don't understand what positive development and investment means in a community. When you sell the largest asset that you have, which is your home, and you reap the benefits of 2 times, 3 times, 4 times the purchase price that you bought it for, remember to say thank you, because it's the vision and the work that you have done and the dedication approach that you have taken that's changed the city of Quincy and the Quincy Housing Authority. I want to thank you to the Board of Commissioners, Chairman Michael Flaherty. Where is he?
He left.
Tim Baker. Josephine Shea. Brian Clifford. Sherry Zhao. John DeCarli. And unfortunately, Tom Fabrizio can't be here, but we send him our best wishes. He suffered a fall recently, and we wish him the best, and we send our best wishes to him. They have all supported our mission. They've supported our growth, and they've supported the creation and the implementation of Quincy Housing Development Corporation. This has not been easy for the board. Trying to keep up with my agenda, it's difficult.
Understatement.
It's not an easy task, and I thank each and every one of you. We have made decisions and accomplished so much together over the last 12 years. We have preserved affordable housing in the city of Quincy, not just for today, but for decades to come. We are so incredibly grateful for the planning department, Sean Glennon, Rob Stevens, who's here today, and of course, their fearless leader, Jim Fatsis. We also want to thank the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that's represented here today also. Your investment in this project, this is not just funding. It's a statement. It's a statement that says affordable housing in Quincy matters. That working families matter. That every family in Quincy deserves the opportunity with the opportunities that when you have stable housing, that it's provided. Thank you to the members of the Planning Board and the Zoning Board for your commitment to create affordable housing. To our staff, our partners, and contractors, thank you for helping turn the vision into action. This project is a product of collective efforts and shared dedication to a great cause. I want to give a special thank you to Rick Brulard, who has worked tirelessly on this project. I want to thank you to John Murray, who has worked really hard in going out and finding the money that we needed to build this project. And both of your teams for their commitment to make this a reality. I want to thank Andy from MZO Group. Andy is the architect on the project. Kaz Safari, he's the environmental design engineer, and engineer Andy Chang at Agile Engineering for their design services. I want to thank you to Dave McCarthy, who unfortunately isn't feeling well, so he's not here, but his continued support, providing and preserving affordable housing. Dave has always worked with the authority on solving every problem that we have faced together, and for Dave, it's the residents always come first. When these 16 units are completed, they're going to be more than buildings. They are going to be homes. So today, as we dig into the ground, we don't just celebrate this groundbreaking. We celebrate the building of opportunity, building equity, and building a community. When you leave here today, just remember it's not one's belief of what they say that matters. It's what they do every day. It's the people that are committed to a vision. It's the people that are committed to a change. committed to get up every day and want to make the world a better place. And that is what's going to help change the world. If everybody could just do one nice thing for everybody every day, somebody that's in need, or somebody that you have the ability to make a difference in somebody's life, take that opportunity. I want to thank you all for being a part of today, and I'd like to introduce to you the best mayor in Massachusetts, Mayor Thomas Koch.
James, you're doing so well till you mention the statues. I appreciate the leadership of James and the team. The transformation of our housing units across the city has been tremendous. And I know that has been your leadership, bringing grant money in, giving your employees the resources they need to get the job done. To all the employees of the Housing Authority, thank you for what you do each and every day. Thank you to the commissioners, our Affordable Housing Trust Fund folks. This is a collaboration. You know, the city has been under transformation. I had a mayor from Leominster in Monday. He's been honored to come out and visit, and he brought 7 staff members with him. Leominster is about half the size of Quincy as far as population goes. And we gave them a tour, a historic tour, as well as the projects going on in the city, and they were blown away. He said to me, I wish I had one of these projects of the 7 going on in the downtown as we speak. Because there is no one solution to housing and the challenge we have with the shortage. It takes several different ways to approach it. One of which is to create more housing. There's a great shortage in the metropolitan Boston area of housing in general. And the more housing we get in, the better for affordability, because it stabilizes the rents. As long as the landlords have the advantage, the rents continue to go up. Supply and demand. It's part of how America works. So when a project comes in, it gets vetted for Jim's team, sometimes the council, sometimes our office, and it's the best project we're going to get out of it. But the other part of that is the Affordable Housing Trust is usually the beneficiary of a cash contribution, which then allows us to take money and put into projects like this. So for those folks that sometimes can't make that connection, I like to remind people, I had a woman not long ago approach me and said, my son's having a tough time finding a place, and you're doing too much building. I said, did you hear what you just said? We're trying to provide opportunities for your son to have a place to live. I had another woman who grabbed me at the senior center and said, Mayor, too many apartments, that's enough. I said, where do you live? She lives at the Squantum Moorings, one of the new apartment buildings. I said, you're in an apartment building. If that wasn't there, you would not have a home. I said, so we focused on really the commercial areas of our city, the downtown near the public transportation, which make perfect sense for the bulk of the development. But that's not the only answer. It's projects like this that meet the demand. It's projects like the one working on Clay Street. And so many others are going to be coming to fruition in the coming years. So we're so grateful for everybody here and all the part they play in it. I also want to acknowledge our state representative, Tacky Chan, who helps us with the budget on the state projects, the state-funded public housing that we have down here. Tacky, we appreciate your help with those. So I guess between James and I, enough said.
Yes.
Shall we get to the shovels, James?
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
So if I can call up some folks here for to make our first shovel in the ground here. First of all, I do want to say that I missed the opportunity. I don't know why it wasn't in my speech here, but before I came to Quincy, I spent 10 years working for DHCD, and I traveled the state, and I had the opportunity to see every city in the Commonwealth and almost every single town in the Commonwealth. I did audits on all the housing authorities and prepared corrective action plans to put them back into operation the way they should be. And I can tell you, I challenge anybody to find me a city like Quincy. There isn't one out there. I used to go to eat lunch in these cities. In some of the cities, you would be nervous to get out of your car. You'd be nervous to get gas. You'd be nervous in the developments that I was in. You come to Quincy, you can go sit in the beautiful park right in front of City Hall. You can walk over and get a haircut. You can walk across the street and get an RCI bowl. You can sit down, and while you're sitting down, most of the time, there's 2 or 3 police officers that walk by you, either walk by you or on a bike. You look at the safety of this city, and you compare it with other cities, and you look at the growth and the positive growth in this city, I challenge anybody to find me a city that has what Quincy has. So with that being said, let's bring up some folks to put the first shovel in the ground for the residents at Mariners Cove. Mayor, please. Rick and Terry from our modernization department.
Terry.
Jim Fatsis from the planning board. Rob Stevens from the planning board. Taki Chan, state representative. Our board of commissioners, Josephine, John DeCarli, Brian Clifford, Josephine, Tim Baker, Sherry Zhao, Andy, the architect on the project, and Sheldon Bennett from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
Makes us look taller. Oh, excellent. Are we all ready? Is everybody ready? Yep.
Get a scoop in your hand.
To the future of Quincy and to the future of affordable housing.
All right.
Beautiful.